present online. I'm from this city, so what's happening here, I love it. While growing up, as a kid, I've always had this opinion that we as a country somehow worked in hindsight. I thought that we always waited for a problem to happen, let it get really serious, till it became a deal breaker, and then try and find solutions. But over the last 5-6 years, what I've been seeing governments working with foresight. This state has become like a state of dreams. Like, be it having 24/7 power supply, like my village, my district, we have water which for farming, and people are getting 2 crops a year. There's more money to spend. The land rates have gone up. All this is like magical to us. We haven't seen it in life. Be it T-Hub, be it iPass. Like, these are like few of the 100 things that I am aware of. And now this Telangana e-vehicle summit, this is like foresight, and I love what is happening. And as you can see, a lot of it has happened under our current Chief Minister KCR Garu's administration, and KTR Anna, congratulations for what all's happening. I've always said we are in good hands. Other than when we have these like extraordinary crippling circumstances like the pandemic or these rains, but I'm sure we'll be well prepared. And as you see, I believe e-vehicles are the future. I'm no expert in this field, but I believe they are the future, and as you can see, I'm betting on it. So watch and bolts. Early Jan next year, we'll bring a beautiful product, and we hope to add to the clean, better lifestyles of Hyderabad. We hope to add to how beautiful our city is and improve our lifestyles. That's it. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this we come to the close of the session. Thank you for being such a wonderful virtual and in-person audience. I now hand over you to Mr. Jayesh Ranjan for closing remarks.
I would like to inform members of the audience that from 12:15 onwards, there will be a very interesting virtual panel discussion which will involve very eminent industry leaders like Ms. Sulaja Firodia Motwani of Kinetic Green, Mr. Rahul Bharti of Maruti Suzuki, Mr. A.K. Jindal from Tata, Mr. Pradeep Parameshwaran from Uber, Mr. Priyank Agarwal from Exicon, and Mr. Rohit Vadera from Pure Energy. I would request audience members, if they want to participate and watch the panel discussion from this hall, it will be available on the big screen. Otherwise, you are welcome to watch it online from anywhere. Thank you very much.
Also, kindly note there is lunch being served in executive lounge at 1 o'clock. So kindly stay put and be there for lunch by 1 o'clock also. please settle down. We'll start the proceedings. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On this momentous occasion of unveiling of the electric vehicles and energy storage policy 2020-2030, we from Telangana government and our knowledge partners from Yes Bank welcome all of you sitting here today. In addition to this, we have gone in hybrid mode today, wherein we also have people attending virtually, which includes dignitaries from ARAI, ICR, Invest India, MITI, and all across the country. A warm welcome to all of you, especially those guests who have joined us virtually from the web. I now hand you over to Sri Sujay Karampuri, Director Electronics, EV and ESS System, to the podium for his opening address.
Hi everyone, thank you for being here for the first EV summit from Telangana, where we are unveiling our policy for electric vehicles and energy storage solutions. So I just want to, before we speak about the policy and its details, I just want to give you an idea of how we have approached this and what it means for us. So first, the policy is enforceable and binding. It has the cabinet approval, and yesterday the GO was released. So therefore, various departments who are the stakeholders, it is incumbent upon them to enforce this over the next 10 years. Two, it is quite comprehensive in the sense that we may be probably one of the few states who says that it is just not electric vehicles, but it is also energy storage solutions. Two, we not only take care of the adoption by the common man and the users, but we also encourage a lot of manufacturing to take care of this particular adoption. So that means we are taking care of the adoption, being a consumer, but we are also a producer as a state. So these are some of the things that we have incorporated into the policy, both the adoption side and also the production side. Three, it is quite pragmatic and elastic. So I'll tell you what it means. We have incorporated only those elements which can be enforced and can also be subsidized and incentivized with a real, government funding. So, you may look at some of the caps, for example, on how many vehicles we subsidize. So do not be deterred or daunted by those numbers, because it is elastic in the nature, in the sense that if we do indeed meet those targets, we have the capacity to increase it, because the policy is between 2020 to 2030. So that's another part of this. And also, it shows that being pragmatic in the sense that we have subsidized where it matters the most. So two things. One is the subsidy goes to the common man the most, because the two-wheeler, three-wheeler, then four-wheeler and the buses. But also when it comes to manufacturers, various states tend to give a lot of subsidies only to the big guys. But in our case, we also give the subsidy to the smallest of the producers as well. And the third part is it's collaborative in nature. So, EV as a technology has come about with, it's an interdisciplinary effort, right, between chemical, electronic, materials, chemical, various engineering fields have to come together. In the same way, various departments have to come together to make this happen. And that is what we are doing. This policy comes with a steering committee which will implement this policy and make recommendations to the policy over the next 10 years. And that also is one of the features of our policy. So with that, I leave this, particular thing open for various speakers. I think, the next speaker is our chief guest, Mr. Goenka. Why don't you give an introduction? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Our next speaker actually would be Mr. Sunil Mehta, Chairman, Yes Bank, who would be giving his welcome address. Sri Sunil Mehta, sir.
Uh, Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Honorable Minister Shri K.T. Ramarao, Honorable Minister Shri Kovid Ajay Kumar, Dr. Pawan, MD and CEO Mahindra and Mahindra, Shri Jayesh Ranjan, Principal Secretary, Industries and Commerce, IT, Electronics and Communications, Government of Telangana, Shri Sunil Sharma, IAS Principal Secretary, Transports, Roads and Buildings, Government of Telangana, Shri Randeep Singh, Senior Specialist, NIT NITI Aayog, and Shri E.V. Narasimha Reddy, Vice Chairman and MD, PSIIC, and esteemed speakers, industry colleagues and friends from media. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the Telangana EV Summit. On behalf of Yes Bank, I congratulate the government of Telangana for developing the Telangana electric vehicle and energy storage policy for 2020 to 2030. We hope that the policy acts as a catalyst for accelerating adoption of EVs in the state and also becomes an enabler for development of a robust EV manufacturing ecosystem. Yes Bank is privileged to be associated with the government of Telangana I'll repeat, there was some disturbance. Yes Bank is privileged to be associated with the government of Telangana and to have supported the policy development by facilitating industry stakeholder outreach. Telangana is recognized globally for its immense contributions across industries and particularly in the IT and pharmaceutical sectors. The state, under the leadership of Honorable Chief Minister Shri K. Chandrasekhar Rao, has been undertaking several progressive initiatives for creating a favorable business environment. The government's commitment towards growth and overall development is evident from the state's impressive performance in the recently announced Ease of Doing Business rankings. My special compliments to Shri K.T. Ramarao for his dynamic and growth-oriented leadership. On my several interactions, Mr. K.T. Ramarao, with you, my respect grows with every interaction with you, and I know with the kind of leadership and the leadership skills that you display, I have no doubt that Telangana and Hamara Bharat will eventually become Mahan as we all want it to be. Initiatives such as T-Works and T-Hub are highly commendable and play a key role in promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. Now, with the launch of the EV and energy storage policy and plans for development of EV manufacturing zones, Telangana is taking rapid strides towards emerging as a leader in electric mobility. India currently lacks battery cell manufacturing capabilities and we are largely dependent on imports. Telangana government may accord higher focus on such segments for a strong positioning across the EV ecosystem. We are confident that the state is highly capable of doing so under the industrious leadership of Shri KTR Guru. The EV market in India is expected to become a huge opportunity with scope for innovations and global collaboration. Rapid electrification of vehicles expected in the medium term will put India on the map of global automotive value chain. Stakeholders across the value chain need to work collaboratively to build competencies and gain synergies in order to seize this opportunity. The government's push towards domestic manufacturing has been a major driving force behind the levels of localization achieved so far. However, during several of our stakeholder deliberations, a key point that has emerged is for further localization, certain scale and volumes are necessary. Without this, we may end up adding to the cost of vehicles, thereby impacting demand. We believe incentives on demand side will be the primary drivers to generate the required scale. The Government of India has taken several initiatives to drive demand, and it is indeed exciting to see several states coming out with various financial and non-financial initiatives to promote the adoption of EVs. Also, a partnership-led approach has the potential to reduce upfront costs while maintaining control over the product and service. It will also increase the trust factor amongst consumers. This will enable the development of a roadmap for ramping up domestic manufacturing capabilities in a phased manner. Moreover, government is also an important customer segment, and greater adoption across all levels has the potential to be a significant enabler for creating scale. Currently, we are witnessing a realignment of global business strategies amid increasing call for diversification of supply chains. With our priorities right, we will not only be able to emerge as a major market, but also become an export-oriented hub. With this context, I welcome my friends from the industry for the virtual panel discussion on scaling Indian EV business through partnership and collaboration. This is to be moderated by Shri Jayesh Ranjan. Shri Ranjan has been spearheading Telangana's journey towards electric mobility and leading the policy development process. I have known Shri Ranjan for a considerable time. Telangana is blessed to have a bureaucrat like him, and sometimes I wonder whether he's a bureaucrat or an entrepreneur, but he's a great concoction of both. We have with us today Dr. Pawan, who is at the helm of Mahindra & Mahindra, a company which is the pioneer of India's EV revolution. As the leading captain of the industry, Dr. Goenka's thoughts and insights on the subject will set the course of the discussion. Yes Bank has been partnering several state governments and city administrations and supporting them in their e-mobility plans. Through our banking and advisory teams, we are committed to collaborating and working together with the government and the industry for development of e-mobility ecosystem in India. Financing has been identified as one of the foremost impediments on the adoption side, and we are actively working in this space towards developing suitable financing options. I assure you of Yes Bank's full support in this journey going forward. With this concluding remarks, I once again congratulate the government of Telangana and hope today's deliberations translate into concerted action. Thank you and all good wishes.
Thank you so much, sir, for the electrifying speech in this EV ecosystem, and thank you for being a knowledge partner and making this happen today. We next have Ms. Anna Roy, a Senior Advisor from Niti Aayog, for the keynote address. Ma'am, the stage is all yours.